Okay, I'm starting recording the session. So almost like modeling part, basics of modeling and fundamentals that we have covered. We will be starting with texturing part today. Okay, so we'll see the theory part today in texturing. So this is understanding materials and shader. Okay, so we'll be able to learn or disturb the material and its classification, list the different type of material, explain each type of material. Okay, so normally, for example, you see, I'm just taking three different object. There are three different objects are there. Okay, so the model is same, but the appearance I can change it. The look and feel of this particular model can be changed. So how do we do that? Okay, so go to window, rendering editors, hypershade. This is a place where we, from this particular window, we will be creating, or we can pick uh, multiple types of materials along with the textures also. Okay, so basically this is we can call this as shaders as well. Okay, so this is from hypershade. So when I select this hypershade, this is a place, where we have all types of materials, okay, listed. For example, okay, there are two different area. One is your like work area here. Another is your uh, list area, wherein the selected materials will be listed here. The selected textures will be listed here. Similarly, there are utilities. Since Maya is a node-based program, so node means an element which have an input and output connection. For example, from Maya surface, I take just come down here. There's something called Lambert. Lambert. By default, you are able to see this sphere in this particular color and the property. That's because of Lambert only. Lambert is a name of a shader which doesn't support reflection. Okay, means there are no reflection on this particular model. Okay, and Lambert is the default material in Maya. Okay, so I'm just selecting Lambert. Okay, so under surface, whatever is there, everything is a material. You can call these are materials or shaders. Okay, so introduction to material or shader. The surface appearance of an object is based on its shading. Shading of an object surface is a combination of its basic material and the texture applied to it. Material is a substance used in making of an object. It includes basic attributes such as color, transparency, shine. I can say, reflection, specularity, or even more, ambient. Okay. So materials can be classified as follows. Surface material. It is referred to the type of surface which texture is mapped. Okay. For example, a texture has been applied here. Okay. A texture can be applied. For example, again, I'll come over here. See, from Maya here, uh, see, this is a node, an element which have input and output connection. There is an input connection, there is an output connection. Okay. Now, for this particular surface, there is something called 2D texture here. See, 2D texture. There's so many different colors are there. Let me take one checker. Checker is a black and white like chessboard texture. So here, this particular checker I'll be selecting and I'll be placing it here. Okay. Same way in Maya, Alt plus middle mouse. It works like this only here. Okay. Here in checker, you have out alpha, out color. I want this out color to connect to my Lambert color. connection is very simple. This is my checker, and checker comes with a place 2D texture. This is another utility. Okay, so you got a place 2D texture utility here. Another node which is connected to my checker. So here this is a Lambert material. So see here, this out color, drag and drop. See, drag, drop. I'll show it again. Drag, drop. Okay, it's quite simple. So now for this
Yes.
Lambert, the um, a texture has been applied already. Okay. So the Lambert texture has been applied. Now, how do I apply this Lambert material to this object? How do we do? So there are multiple options. One, select this, right click, assign new material. You can go to surface, you can select Lambert, which is here. You can apply, or already I have created a material here, and to apply it is quite simple. Select this, middle mouse, click on the middle mouse, click middle mouse. The middle mouse button is, you need to just click that, click, then you need to hold that. You need to click and hold, then drag and drop on top of the sphere. Now here, result, dropped Lambert 2 onto sphere 1. Dropped this Lambert 2 onto polysphere 1. Now say click here, press 6. 6 to see the color, means texture mode is 6. 5 is object mode, 4 wireframe mode, 6 is texture mode. Understood how to apply?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now similarly, I'll just bring it down here. I would like to take one more material. Earlier I have taken Lambert. Lambert is a default material. Are you able to communicate, Naughty? His audio is not connected. Okay. So last time I have taken Lambert. This time I'll be taking Blinn. Now, if you look at this particular thumbnail, Blinn, you can increase this thumbnail also. See, Blinn, there is a specularity, okay, and reflectivity, specular color. Whereas this is not there in Lambert. Now, if you see under Lambert, whatever you see, these are the properties the Lambert does have. Color, okay. So ambient color is nothing but I'll show you that ambience, the appearance of the material. Okay. For time being, I'll go to software rendering here. Okay, you need to learn this also. So when we are working with the material, that means texturing part, we have to be aware of the render engines as well in Maya. Okay. In Maya, if you come to this particular, this one, icon, which it is there, this particular UI along with the settings. This is called render settings UI. Here, by default in Maya, we have Maya software, Maya hardware, Maya vector, Arnold renderer in Maya 18. Vira I have turned on. Okay, Vira is another engine. So I'll just select Maya software engine now for time being. Okay, and IPR we have. When we click on the IPR, you can see these things. Then you need to select like this. Select a region to tune. Okay, so now these are the default uh, which we have properties of a Lambert, and I'll come to Blinn. This is a Blinn which we have, and I'll come to 2D texture. Under 2D texture, I need another. Mm, too many textures are. Let me take this bulge. I'll place this here. So simple. Out color goes into color. That's it. And this is a blend. And I would like to apply this blend for this peer. So middle click, drag and drop. That's it. So then you can see this. There's no color connection. Color to color. See here. There's a specularity. Okay. And I have applied 2D texture as well. Okay. So now if I want, I can just take this out, select this and you delete. It's gone. Now individually, you can double click on this blend. You can just go to property of it. Property is this one. Attribute editor, you can go. This one, this is the attribute editor. Let me place this attribute editor here. So see, with multiple engines we are working, multiple windows we are working. So I change the color, it is reflecting here immediately. This is called IPR, interactive photorealistic rendering. So I would like to change to different color. Okay. So now these um, these are having multiple properties. The blend is having this many properties. Transparency, you know what is transparency? See through. This is ambient. I was saying ambient. Now, if I increase ambient, you are able to see the sphere completely because ambience, it is increasing the ambience. Okay, fine. Now there's another thing called incandescence. What is incandescence? Have you heard of this word called incandescence?
No, sir.
Self-illuminating. Okay. So normally at home we will be having a bulb, some 60-watt bulb, 40-watt bulb, or a zero candle bulb. Okay. At living room and all, you might have placed a bulb, right? Okay. So those are
Yes.
incandescent. Those are incandescence bulb. Okay. Self-illumination. See, it's illuminating. Similarly, diffuse is nothing but color, the variations of the color. Translucence is nothing but when the light is traveling, okay, when you turn on the light, when the light travels a distance, it takes the property of the, I can say outer layer also. For example, take a torch, place it under just beneath your hand, turn on the torch. What happens?
Your hand becomes lighter.
Yeah. And what do you
And
see? Kind of
you
red,
see,
red color.
yes,
Yeah, because
yes,
the object's property, your hand property is visible outside because of our skin supports translucence. Means our skin allow light to pass through. Okay, translucence. Okay, whereas transparent is different. Normally, our window glass, okay, car windshield, it's a material, but it is transparent. That means we can see through clearly. Another example, opaque wall. Okay, so at our home wall, wood, metal, so there is no see through. These are opaque. Light won't pass through. Okay, so translucence, it is kind of in between. It does have the property of opaque and transparency. Okay, so that's translucence. Okay, blend is having a specularity, kind of reflection and all it can do. So now I can increase the specular area of the blend. Okay, then I can increase the roll off, I can increase the specular color, reduce, increase. Okay, reflectivity you can increase or decrease, like these are the things. So this is blend. Blend can be used for metal. To achieve any metal output, we can use blend, whereas Lambert we can use only for mm, the object which doesn't have the doesn't support specularity. So can you name few object which doesn't support specularity?
A ball.
Ball is made up of rubber. Okay, so if it is a proper ball like cricket ball or something else, like it does have bit of specularity. Wood, without polished wood, raw wood, okay, from a tree, so that doesn't have specularity. You can consider, we can apply Lambert for material for that.
Can nature, or it in terms of like grass or something like that,
Yeah,
does that support?
yeah, that and cloth or costume. Few areas are there, like few costumes are there which does have specularity, but cotton doesn't have specularity. Okay, so cotton cloths doesn't have. So these are the examples for Lambert. Okay. Now, displacement. It helps in using an image to specify the surface released on an object in the scene. Texture applied on a plane surface through displacement shaders. Okay, volumetric material. Volumetric material. Let me just explain displacement. So now, um, I'll take another material, surface. I'll take a Lambert surface. I'll take Lambert only. Or let me take anisotropic, another material, another type of material. Let me place it down. And I would like to apply this material, drag and drop, middle click, drag and drop here. And I'll take a 2D texture. Let me take a 2D texture. There's something called fractal. Place here. Now, if you see, this is a fractal, and we have anisotropic material here. There's something called I need to add a bump map. Simple. What I'll do, select this, just select this anisotropic. We have the properties of anisotropic here. Here you don't click. If you click, this attribute will come. But I want the anisotropic attribute or any material attribute. Then here middle click, drag and drop to bump map. Okay. Middle click, drag and
Yes.
drop to bump map. Okay. So now I'll come over here. See, it looks like this. Once I apply bump, the material looks like this. See? So automatically a texture has been applied over here. So it looks like we have added more detail to the model. So now even in the bump, what we can do, I select the bump, this particular node bump. The depth is, see the depth is 1. You can reduce the depth to 0.5. You can reduce to 0.1 like this. A bit of noise will be there, see, like this. A bit of noise in the model. So it's like you can create a moon. Okay. So if you want more depth, 1 is more, 5 is even more. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is one. So volumetric material is nothing but, we can create fog, smoke like that. Now, type of material. While developing complex materials and scene, an artist observe the surrounding, that we have to do that. This observation helps in creating a mental or physical model of the state. The look and feel of a scene in 3D can be improved by matching objects that are familiar. So now, there are types of material, as I said, like these are the various types of material wherein based on this we need to work on the material. Means the difference is only the reflection part, reflection or refraction. Reflection is, for example, mirror. Okay, clear example. Refraction, water. See, light travels in a distance, means light travels in a form, on a particular form. Okay, so when it hits the surface and bounces back by changing its direction, its reflection. So similarly, when light travels in a particular direction and it hits the surface and passes through it, it is refraction. Okay, so these things we should know. So skin color, plastic, wood, leaves or vegetation, metal, concrete, stone, transparent materials, air and atmosphere. Like these are the different various types of material. Now plastic. Objects made of plastics comes in a variety of color, shape, and material. Plastics are generally made up of white or transparent substrate combined with dye particles. If light strikes a plastic object with a smooth surface, then the portion of light penetrates and rest of it reflects from the outermost surface. Simple example, translucence effect is there. Now, this is another example. If the plastic has a matte finish and the light penetrates and reflects unevenly over the surface, okay, the rough surface of the plastic causes uneven reflection. Means uneven reflection is, mirror is a even reflection, means however is there, just it will reflect as is, whereas plastic doesn't. We that's what it refers here. Wood. Wood is a very common material in both real and virtual environments. It is very difficult to render it completely in a realistic way, but can be done. It is achievable. The patterns and surface properties can be complex, wherein that's what, with the help of bump and displacement map, we can achieve this. So they have a bark which is rough in texture. The peak and through of the bark is made up of light and dark areas. You can see there are a lot of contrast here. There are highlights. There are dark areas. Okay, this define the object of the property of this particular subject. Okay, all details come from the geometry of the bark. So we need to work on the model again. Varnished wood. Wood furniture has a finish of varnish or stain. This wood may have all color features of lumber and higher amount of specular reflectivity. This you might have seen this in an architecture place, even at home nowadays. Even some of the best designed home, in the interior part for the living area or like rooms, these kind of tiles are available. Okay, wooden tiles are available. So in Western countries, like where wood is vastly available, there they take directly wood for flooring. Okay, so leaves for vegetation. Most of the plants and scenes are rendered with green leaf texture. There are no specular if you observe. Okay, this we can do using Lambert. for example, these leaves, if you see, there are a bit high, like kind of highlight is there, little bit of shininess is there. So you can use blinn or anisotropic for this. Okay. Leaves of different plants have different surface features such as raised veins, ridges, shiny side or more matte side. Matte side is clearly Lambert and small hair or splines. Okay. The way the light interact with these surface features gives rise to detail in the leaf. Most of the leaves are homogeneous in color and translucent. Translucent is nothing but when light hits the surface and the light passes through it. Okay. So leaving a small amount of light to pass through them. Okay. That's translucent. Now next come to metal. So metals will have a strong and specular highlights. Okay. Knife, uh, railings, okay, utensils. Metal react to electromagnetic waves differently from non-conductive material. Different type of metal reflect light differently as the molecular structure of each metal is different. Metal with different finish also reflect light differently. Okay. So mineral based material, for example, copper material or bronze. So even those things are also different, but even though those will reflect as well. Earth is filled with different type of concretes, bricks and stones. All these materials are very different from each other. Concrete and stones are example of mineral based material. Concrete, it is a composite material formed by the combination of binding material and tiny stones. Mostly it has uniform color with visual detail. It may have color spot, hole density, and mixture dependent on the mixture of concrete. Certain areas of concrete differs in shine but have the same color. See these things, concrete, simple example. Take an example of wall. Okay, wall, granite. You can take an example of tile. Like these are different properties. Okay, so basically normal wall it doesn't reflect. Okay, even at home and all, if you see, there are no reflection on the wall. So, but there are few wall we can give shininess. That option also we have. And you look around your home. Uh, any tile has been used. Tiles are used, or granite is used, or marble is used for the flooring. See the flooring. See how does the ceiling has been done. See modern structure. If you see, whenever, even if you go to school, there if you see flooring and all, they have used granites. Okay, it's a shiny granite. It allows reflection. Okay, these things. And with few area there are tiles are there. Tiles are more reflective. Okay. Stone may have granite is a part of stone. It's a family of stone. Stones have many variations in color and surface detail. They differ based on the place and they are around. Based on the lighting of the surface of the surrounding, the appearance, look and feel also will differ. Okay. Rock are heterogeneous that contain veins of other material with different properties. Okay. So you need to look into things carefully, closely, then only you will identify. Most rock have uneven shine or texture. Next, coming to transparent material. Material with characteristic of seeing through them called transparent material, which I give an example. You take hand, leaf, or even at your home window. If you don't have a transparent window, you might have a translucent window wherein from outside uh, people cannot see what is going on inside, but it's kind of a milky or a foggy glass wherein it allows light to enter into the house. Okay, example here, transparent objects in 3D scenes can be created with all subtle effects such as reflection, refraction, and chromatic aberration along with the transparency. Glass is rendered as a transparent material. It refracts light. Refraction becomes more noticeable when the surface of glass is curved and varies in thickness. For example, wine glass. Okay. So smooth, transparent glass reflects the environment around it. Reflection and refraction depends upon the angle of the light. Means where there is a source of light. It depends on the source of light. If the light source is from the window, so the opposite side of the glass, you get that kind of some kind of counter effect or uh, reflection will be on the surface, I can say. So it has several forms with a different effect. Example, mirror. So water is also a very good example of refraction. It exhibits several subtle quality due to refraction. Refraction causes underwater object to appear, displace, and show caustic pattern. Caustic. You might know what is caustics. There are some certain things called caustic effects. Okay. Caustics are nothing but the light reflection in underwater. Caustics. This is a caustic effect. Okay. This is a caustic effect. Getting? See, these are caustic effects.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Waves on the water surface redirect light into different pattern depending upon on the depth of the water at different points. Waves also redirect the light that is reflected to the surface. Air and atmosphere. This is a volumetric material. If you see here, because of this fog, mist. Okay, it's a volumetric material. We can give, and along with this, if God rays is nothing but sun rays. So when you're driving in a on a road where from here sunlight is there, sun rays are falling, a lot of trees are there. If sun rays are there, so you can see rails are also visible. So we can achieve that with the volumetric materials. The quality of air and atmospheric effect exhibit a lot about an environment and its scale. Each type of effect may cause different type of feeling. Fog is the most commonly used for conveying distance and setting of a general mood or a tone of an environment. Anyhow, we can achieve this with a volumetric material. Next comes skin. Skin in general has a uniform color with different surface detail. A lot of, if you observe, just look at your forearm or your hand. Lot of details are there. Okay, lot of grains are there. Noise is there. Certain patterns are there. Line patterns are there. Okay, so a lot of details are there. This detail we can achieve using texturing part. The surface of the skin may be rough, smooth, shiny, pitted, or scarred. These details cause some subtle effect when the face reflect light from a different direction. Okay, this is another example. So in a sunlight, you look at a mirror. Okay, does does human skin is having some specularity? Does it support specularity or not? Human skin supports.
Mm, no.
It do support. Okay, on a very little amount. So when you look
Mm,
at your face on a mirror, just below the eyeball, okay, you see a little bit highlight on the nose part, nose line. You see a highlight, a chin part. These are the highlights. Kind of a little bit specular will be there. Okay, not reflection. A specularity will be there. Okay. Skin is also translucent, as I gave an example of torch. The interaction between different translucent layer of the skin produce subsurface light scattering effect. Subsurface light scattering. This is called SSS, subsurface scattering. So you observe if a person is sitting directly to sunlight, the ear part, the bottom of the ear looks bit reddish because when the light hits this surface, there are no bones over there. Okay, the light passes through it and it brings the property outside. Okay, so normally, our skin is our body or our skin. There are three different layer. Epidermal layer. Epidermal layer is the outer skin layer which you call the outer skin which you touch and feel. This is epiderma. Derma is nothing but skin. This is epidermal layer. Assume the epidermal layer is not there. Assume when you get wound or scar, so you see the inner part which is a flesh. That is a subdermal layer. Subdermal layer is filled with blood. Blood tint will be there. Okay, and you see the flesh and all. That is subdermal layer. In subdermal layer, you can identify veins. You understand veins, right? Veins, nerves. Okay, so those
yes, sir.
yeah, those you can see. And the third layer, the last one is called scatter, back scatter. You can call it is filled up of bone or blood. It's simple red color we can give. Okay, So the effect of translucence and scattery are visible from any angle. However, it is noticeable when the light is behind the skin. So the summary of this session is material is a substance used for making an object. Material can be classified into three parts, namely surface material, displacement material, and volumetric material. The type of material that comes across in everyday life includes plastic, wood, leaf, vegetation, metal, concrete, stone, transparent material, air, atmosphere, and skin. Each type of material has its own unique feature. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
just refer to the um, classroom material. Just refer this sixth one. Okay, session sixth. So you can see. So next class, what I'll do, I'll be we will do a lighting, I mean, texturing and lighting for a scene, an interior scene. Okay, so that you'll understand. We make table, chair, TV, cabinet, wardrobes. Okay, bed, cot, so or living room sofa set. Okay, so let's do
Okay,
that.
sir.
Okay,
All right, sir.
so let us see. So I'm just create now I'm constructing a home wherein I had a plan how it is required. So I'm just creating it in 3D so that you will understand how to do. For example, so assume this is something like this, it will come. Now, so secondly, I'll turn. Okay, so there's a ground floor. The ground floor will be parking, open area. So this is a model which I'm doing. This is the main entrance. So in the main entrance, after the main entrance, there is a sub entrance which leads to living room. So these are the like detailed things, which you can do. Okay. So you have a sofa set, two different type of set. There's a TV unit. So there's a prayer room. There's a dining area. It's a kitchen. There's a master bedroom. I fill the first room and I'll turn on the second room. In the second room, when the people, when they enter here, you have a master bedroom, you have a bathroom, and here you have a dressing room, a wardrobe, another wardrobe here. There's another room. There's a work area has been created here. There's another room here. Okay, kids room. Like, mm, so you can start working like this. Okay, creating model for you can have a demo, so you can have a better customers. In Swaziland, there are so many people who want to construct a house, and you can means start providing plans and all, architectural plans and all you can give. Okay, and basically these kind of things are not there in Swaziland, but if you do, okay, you can be a like an entrepreneur and you can start something really new. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
try. Okay, I'll be sharing this. Next class we'll do texturing part of okay,
All
interior.
right, sir. Okay.
Okay, bye, have a good day.
Bye, sir. You too.
Thank you.